nearly a year, I finally had enough money to get this damn Remtech visor for the release. It ain't always easy being a broke college student, but I have my ways. The thing was damn near twice the price of the other systems out there, but for this kind of immersion, it was worth it. Ever since high school, I've wanted to really experience that whole fantasy world deal. The fighting giant monsters, versing other players. Hell, even just being in another world seemed like a dream. When I found out about Hunter's Dream Online, it drew me in like a moth to a flame. Fortunately, the release date lined up with my school's fall break, so I have that going for me, which is nice. After a quick trip to our local gaming store, you know the one, I was back home, setting up and ready to rock. While it was doing its initial booting up, I skimmed the information packet that came with it. The last thing I needed was to be trapped in some damn virtual world or have my brain fried. Apparently, the visor actually induced REM sleep even if you aren't tired, which is good because my sleep schedule was all kinds of fucked. So, no scrambled egg brains and good sleep. Well, shit, sign me up. Once everything was together, I laid in my bed. The visor properly fixed on my face, I hit the power button. The screen lit up with a click and a familiar whir of electronics as the Remtech logo blurred into view. After some rudimentary account forming and agreeing to the terms that I definitely read, the game started up. It led me through a tutorial on how the game worked, syncing with the mind to induce a sort of false sense of tiredness, and formed a link with the game as the individual fell asleep. By the time the tutorial was finishing up, a prompt appeared on the screen. "Would you like to begin playing Hunter's Dream Online?" To which I hastily affirmed verbally. It was at that point that the visor's humming intensified as my body grew heavy. It was as if an unknown force was ushering me into unconsciousness. Closing my eyes became the only available option as I drifted off. Seconds later, my consciousness found itself snapping back to awareness as I found myself floating amongst a vast sea of white. My incorporeal body floated weightlessly in place as my mind still swam from the boot up. It was then that a voice echoed throughout that white abyss. "No character data found. Create new character?" As if out of thin air, two large buttons appeared in front of me, beckoning me to affirm or deny that request. Hell yeah, create a new character, I thought to myself as I motioned my hand to select the yes button. After affirming, the game moved forward with yet another option for a free choice character select as my base class, or a mental scan to potentially unlock rarer classes, notifying me that I had to apparently pick one or the other. Once I did so, I could not go back and create a new character, which sucked a bit, but hey, the risk-reward difference made for an obvious choice. I went ahead with the scan. It was at that point when I felt a slight ping in the back of my mind as various small balls of light spilled out of me, each housing small images from my youth. Clips of my first bike ride, my friends, my family, my lovers. Everything was brought in front of me. Then, just as quickly as they appeared, they vanished and my whole world went black. After a few seconds, 3 lights from above shone down, revealing 3 individuals. 3 classes the scan brought up. Moving closer, I went to the first one. The character sprang to life. "I am a spell sword. I wield both sword and magic to take down my enemies. Should you master my class, you may become well-rounded and proficient in all things." A tempting offer, really, but for the sake of argument, I pressed on. Moving to the second figure, I reached out once more. "I am a necromancer. I summon minions from the other world, deal damage and blight my enemies with dark magic, and resurrect the dead." This guy definitely looked the part, too. Black robes adorned with various designs and flourishes, as well as that demonic-looking staff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy would win a game of Spot the Antagonist.